All right, guys. Stream will begin shortly. Nah, I'm on right now. Screw it. I'm not waiting anymore. I'm all excited to go live right now. So I just wanted to give a few minutes for people to come in. I've kind of learned from watching Racer X and some other live streams that if you go live right away and you're on and you're just sitting there waiting, it gets a little boring for people coming in. So I figured I'd put the notice out live, have a quick little video there for 2 minutes to say I'm coming in, and bam, I get on. So I'm going to be all excited tonight. Please don't hate me for being so excited. There's a very good reason for that. And that is because I'm like overwhelmed and excited to say I have hit over the 1,000 sub mark in just a week. Um, I put out a um, thing on Instagram saying, "Hey guys, help me out. I'm at what was it, 320 something. If you haven't subbed now, this and that, I can do a giveaway to kind of help." And my goal was to hit 1,000 subs by the end of this year, but my ambitious goal was to hit it by the end of summer, so in half the time. And I hit it in a week, and it's like, what the heck? And there's a reason for that, though, and I will tell you why, so that way you guys know exactly where I'm coming from. The reason, though, for it is I did do an ad, a promotion, and I pretty much just posted my stuff like everywhere. So I did spend some money on a marketing, and I posted my Taser Part 2 video like all over everywhere, like the DodgeDurango.net forums. I've been on there posting stuff. I did a lot on Facebook pages telling people to check this out. I did like an Instagram blitz, making sure everyone's saying, "Hey, keep going." And that's the thing. If you're building up your own channel, is you do kind of need to spend money to make money. So I did spend some money for like advertising, basically marketing, to get my word out there. And I targeted like followers that I have on Instagram. So people that were following my stuff, Instagram knows what kind of market I'm in. So when I put an ad blitz out, it kind of puts, when you go on Instagram and it says, "Man, we suggest this channel for you or this page to follow." That's what it's doing. It's telling people to go there. And then when I get new followers, they see my stuff and then they see got a YouTube and then they go and subscribe. And then from there, it's like a snowball effect. So, um, that is what I did, and that is what happened. I didn't expect it though to go as fast as it did in a week. However, I did go all out. So my Taser Part 2 video did just like phew, it went crazy. So it got like 2,000 views in one day, and that was the day that I posted it, which was Sunday afternoon. Yeah, it was Sunday afternoon, if I'm not mistaken, or Monday. I can't remember off the top of my head. So, yeah, so that's what I did, guys. And so if you're wondering how it works, that's what I did. Um, Obviously, I only had the ad run for about 4 days. So it ended last night because it started Sunday when I posted that video. And so then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So last night was technically when the marketing ad blitz went away. It's like $10 a day or something like that. Anyway, so I won't bore you with any more details. I'm just excited that it happened. I was thinking maybe, a couple hundred here. It happens. But sometimes things catch like wildfire, and this did. So I still have to give a shout out though to OC Motivator, man, because he really, obviously, he gave me a shout out just before Christmas on his video of why not to buy the Challenger Superstock. He gave me a shout out there that was totally unexpected. So I was so happy for that. That kind of helped. That video's got like almost 10,000 views now, I think. So people came to check out, see what I'm all about, because there's really no Durango channels out there. There's like two other ones, okay? And one of them is called One Sick Man. I'll give him a shout out because he's trying to get to 1,000. He is at 737, I think it was. I'll have to check him out real quick, but he's trying to get up there, and he's got some real cool stuff. Now he's got a supercharged Durango. He went with a Whipple, so if you guys want to, you should definitely check him out. Here, I'll show you guys real quick his page so you guys can see here. Here's his YouTube page right now. He's at 733 at this particular moment. So he is not doing too bad. I have got subscribed to him. I get an alert when he's on, as you guys can see here. But check out his videos, guys, just to kind of give him a cool shout out. I'm pretty sure he will like that a lot. But he definitely has a supercharged Durango that's real sweet. I thought about going that route, but I'm going to probably keep my stuff naturally aspirated, just for the fact that that's how the motor is, and that's what I want to stick with. And stay true to that motor. And hey, W for the win. I'm sorry I haven't said hi to you yet. I'm so excited. I just wanted to get into the stream for the 2 people watching there, so that way people know what's going on. But so anyway, guys, check him out. It would be cool to get him up to 1,000 as well. He is definitely Durango only content, which is fine. He's got a couple family stuff in there, some other videos of other things. But once he got his SRT Durango, he started doing a lot of things to it, and that's all his videos are about. So check him out, guys. He is really, really good. He's like the only other Durango channel that I know of. So definitely give him a shout on there. The other guy that I'm going to give a shout out to as well, that I want to help out, is A Game the Official. Look at him, man. He's at 941. He is almost there to 1,000 subs. He's almost there. He's getting there. He's been working on that, I think, for such a long time. So I want to give him a shout out too to all my new subs on here. I'm surprised we only got 2 people in here right now, but I just wanted to go over that, you guys. Check him out. He's got a Durango RT. He's already got it tuned. He's got it dynoed. He's got a couple things going on the motor. He's got some really cool recent videos where a cop pulled him over. He was going like over 100, and the cop was like, "Bro, what you doing?" And the cop was so cool and basically let him go with a warning. I mean, how often do you get a cop that lets somebody go with a warning? You know what I mean? So definitely check out his video. I also made him a logo. If you look at this right here, I'll show you his intro real quick. I'll mute it real quick, but here's him going in the video with the cop, and the cop's like, "What the heck?" Listen to this.
That was the only time I hit it. You got a V8 in this thing? Slow this thing down, man. Tag on this car? Yeah. Yes, sir. Where? Yes, sir. Oh, man, I know I got to take you to it.
Listen to this. And here you go. Here's the intro I did for him. I did that on the videos there. So I made that for him, and he's used it now a couple times. So I'm glad he's using that. But if you want to have some really cool, if you want to have something cool to watch, dude, this guy right here, he's looking for trouble. I kid you not. He must have been going, I don't know if he'll admit to how much he was going, but he was definitely well into triple digits there. And the cop said he was following him since a certain street. And A-Game was like, "What? Nah, really?" So you guys got to check him out if you can right there, man. He's a cool dude. So if we can get him to 1,002, I mean, they're both so close. It's just like, so that's why I wanted to give a shout out there, guys. So I really think it's awesome to have other owners come out there and show what these Durangos can do. So just like OCM, man, he's got that Challenger Red Eye. He's keeping it pretty stock. He's not going all crazy with it, which is great. If you want to see crazy Red Eye, Driveway Demons did one a while back, and then he, of course, sold it. And then you got, what's his name, Tall Guy Car Reviews. He did his gold one and all this other fancy stuff to it. That's not my thing. Stock is usually the best way to go, which is like what mine is. But anyway. So let's get into the subject here. I'll go back to the main screen here. But yeah, guys, I'm just so excited to share with you guys the channel, and just so you guys can kind of see here real quick before I get off of this screen. As of right now, it says 1048. So not only did I hit it, but I've gone over and gained another 48 above that. So it is pretty sweet. And Doug for the win, obviously, right here it is. I saw your comment, man. I streamed it back to you. So I appreciate the comment and the shout out. Sorry it was on a PlayStation video. If you guys are wondering, I did a PlayStation Live, and the reason is because I have a lot of you guys that have been looking for PlayStation 5s, and there was nobody streaming really about them being released. And I figured I took the opportunity to get some people to watch, to get into the channel, and talk about, hey, the PlayStation 5 is going in stock. Sure enough, I go off my stream because they didn't drop, and like 45 minutes later, they got dropped. So I was right. It's just the timing just didn't work out. But I got a lot of people that watched that. So I decided to leave that up there just because, you know what, I helped a lot of people and I gained some subs out of it. I got like 250 views on that within the first 12 hours. So that was the reason why I had did that. So if you guys were wondering why, that's why I have that on there. And then of course, hey, you were asking W for the win what my watch time was. And as of this moment, I told you it was close to 2,000. I'll show you right now if you want, since you're the only one in here. It's at 1736 currently. So hopefully with all the addition of the subs that I just got here, I'm hoping now that once I start putting up more content, which I'm planning on doing right now, once I get the wrap done, the watch hours are going to start going up real quick because more eyes means more watch time, and then we'll be set. So I definitely already hit the 1,000 mark goal, but you were asking that the other day in a comment or in the Racer X thing. So I just wanted to show you kind of what it is on there. And it'd be nice to get that going, man, because if I get paid to do what I'm love doing right now, that'd be sweet, you know? But we're going to go back to full screen here so you guys don't have to see the webpage there. And you can see my big old mug here, pretty and content. So let's get on the subject. W, you're the only one in here chatting away. And no one else has really come in. I see 2 viewers. I don't know who the 2 people are. It's you and somebody else. They haven't said hi. Hey, whoever else is in here, say hi. The Durango Hellcat. No more orders. I'm actually very surprised to hear this. 77 hours. That's good, Dub. That's good. I'm glad you have that. I'm glad to hear you have that. That's really good. But the Durango Hellcat, guys, is if you guys watched the reveal of it, okay, they said it was going to be limited. We knew that, but they didn't put a number on it at first. They were just saying, hey, we're going to make as many of these as we can for the 2021 model year. Okay, and I started doing a live stream last week about this, and my audio messed up, and I deleted the video. It was that bad. I didn't want to keep it on there. But they were going to be producing, or production was going to be going until the end of June, and then they were going to shut down to do their transformation for the next model year 2022. So, hey, Jared, what's up, bro? I've always see you on the Facebook pages commenting, him and me always going back and forth. So I never had you come in a live stream yet, but I'm glad you're in here, bro. He's got his videos out too. Actually, I think I'm subscribed to you on that as well, if I'm not mistaken, right, Jared? Aren't you the one that's posting your tune, if that's right? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think you were the one that was typing in some of the stuff on there, wasn't it? Or can you tell me? I can't remember off there, but anyway. But yeah, the Durango Hellcat, man, how can I put it? You got a 1.4 mile video? Oh, you mean a quarter mile video? Okay. It says 1.4. I didn't see that. That's all right. Oh man, my bad, dude. My bad. So I was trying to see if I can find your channel on my list here. Did you name it something different? Or was it just your name? Here you are. I found you. I found you, bro. Let's take a look at what you got here real quick, shall we? There you go. Here's Jared's page. 42. So definitely got a ways to go, man. Hey, I was in your same boat at 42. Let's see. When did I get to 42? I want to say probably April last year. So, dude, you're in the same boat I was, man. You're going to get there. You'll get there. It takes a lot to get your first 100. I'll tell you that right now. It is really, really hard to get that. But once you start getting more and more and more traction, it starts going, man. Yeah, not too much Durango stuff, lots of lifting. Yeah, so that's the thing. You got to figure out if you want to build up more, you got to figure out which route you want to go on your channel. When I first originally started my channel, just putting videos out, I was just going to put like cool things with the Durango, like Uber SRT. I was going to do Uber rides and stuff because everyone always does it like in a Hellcat. No one did it in a Durango SRT, so I was like, what the heck, I'll do it. And then I was going to do some, little burnout stuff here and there. But now I've changed it to mods and other things that it can do. And then that's when I stumbled upon Racer X, seeing that he was doing almost the stuff that I was wanting to or starting to do, but he was doing it on just the Charger, Challenger, stuff like that. And then he started getting to the other trims. So in a way, he kind of took my idea, but he didn't because he was starting to do it first. So I thought about it, but he had the idea first. So give him credit. Racer X, I'm not taking it away from anybody. That's him. I just happened to think about, hey, I'm going to do some stuff, compare the Durango, do some mods, some things, and go from there. And then I stumbled upon his channel. And yeah, things are history from there. I'm still a subscriber. I still watch him. Pretty much every live feed he does, I watch. So I'm in there. But yeah, Jared, you just got to figure out what way you want to go with your channel. And I could tell, like you said, you're doing mostly lifting stuff. I see you got a Charger that you lifted. Look at this video right here. He's lifting a Charger, man. Technically, he's not. The lift is, but there you go. So I guess you could still call that part of lifting, right? Let's see. Let's hear the audio. What's it sound like? Uh-oh, it's going to get loud right here, isn't it? Come on. Oh, is he just testing it? Yeah. All right. I won't put that on too long, but there it goes. Woo. Man, that thing growls, Jared, doesn't it? Anyway, what's the numbers? I'm just curious now. What's the numbers at? Let's pause it. Let's see. Which one was that? Is it the top one or the bottom one? Is it the green or the red? Either way, those numbers are nice. Can't tell which one was his on there, but yeah, those are some nice numbers right there, man. Sweet. So anyway, hey, Jared, so I'll give you a shout since you're in here saying hi. But yeah, man, there's Jared. He's doing some other stuff, guys, so check him out. We'll get him going. And you know what, W, since we're going over everybody's, let's go over you, man. Why not? You're at 162, man. 162. You got a link for OC Motivator for his YouTube, which you probably might want to do. Oh, you do have it already. You got your favorites right there. Cool. So you got OCM, Red Eye, Racer, Todd, myself, and Destroyer. I was going to say, you might want to put, like, if you get an Instagram eventually, maybe put that on there. 162. Let's see. When was I at 162? I want to say I was in July. I had to hit 150 or 160 around there in July, or if I can remember right. So I've been there, man. It's been 7 months, but I was there, man. So, but yeah, let's see, you got 2 Lambos, different colors with your logo. Not bad, not bad. So you're doing all right. You got your thumbnails on point. Yeah, check you out, man. Look at that. That's an OCM thumbnail right there. You just took his photo and put you. Yeah, that's not bad. That's a good idea. I like it. I can go with that. I dig it. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, hey, Jared. Hey, man. You'll get there, bro. You just got to kind of figure out your niche, what you want to do, and see what you want to do, man. You know? So, sorry, I kind of got off topic there, the Durango Hellcat. I'll get back to it, guys. But I just want to give a couple shout outs to some of my viewers right now. So, yeah, figure out what you want to do with your channel, where you want to go with it, and go from there, man. So, yeah, lots of lifting on there. There you go, Durango quarter mile. I watched you do that there, your cold start, and your Charger Hellcat. So, cool, man. Oh, and then you got those wheels. I was looking at these wheels online. Those are nice looking. Those are the Belgian wheels, right? Yeah. The 22-inch ones. Yeah, those. I looked at those too. I thought about that. I just don't know. it just seems like there's not enough rim there for me. You know, the ones I have just seem like a little thicker. I just don't know. They look good. Don't get me wrong. I would probably get them. I just don't know if I would want to go to 22 inch though. It definitely fills out those wheel wells though, guys. Look at that. Look at that. It does. You're giving me ideas. I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. But it does look nice. You know what I want to do on the back of the Durango, since you got a picture of it right there? Right here, man. Isn't somebody make a valence, or I'm sorry, not a valence, a diffuser for that, for the back of our Durangos? We can take that off and put like, you know, a diffuser type of thing, like what they do on the Chargers. I'm pretty sure they do. They got them for Trackhawks. I'm pretty sure they got them for the Durango. That would be probably the only thing I would love to do to kind of give it a different look back here, a little more aggressive. Yeah, hey, Jared, I know they have the ones in 20. I just wanted to see it on an actual Durango because those 22s are nice. I just prefer more. I know it's a performance Durango, but I still prefer a softer ride when I can. So if I can stay with the 20-inch and have more tire, so that way the ride's not as bad, I'd rather stick with that rather than get 22s and deal with all the bigger tire size. And then the price markups that they do on tires just because of, you know. But let's see. You think so, but not if you have the tow. Shoot. Why have the tow package, man? That sucks. Why does it make a difference, though, if there's the tow? I mean, all the difference is the hitch is on there. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Can't really say nothing about that. So, all right. Well, that sucks. But anyway. All right. So, hey, Dub and Jared, I appreciate you guys still coming in here. I was expecting actually some more people to come in here. I guess my timing on Friday nights is not exactly the best. I know that. But I had a lot more people in here a couple weeks ago. So I thought at least some people would come in. But we won't go over that. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to move along. So going off of the Durango Hellcat real quick, guys. So they're doing production until the end of June. However, the order books just closed, which is weird to me because they didn't put a number on the Durango Hellcat of how many they were going to make. They said, we're going to make as many as we can. As long as they get orders, they'll make them. Okay. All of a sudden, everyone started guessing, oh, they're probably only going to be able to make 2,000 Durango Hellcats. Okay. Roughly 2,000. It wasn't a given number. That was just their, you know, hey, we might be able to only make 2,000. And then it changed to, yeah, it's going to be 2,000. Okay. And then finally, the order books opened up for people to order them. And now they're just closing, not even 3 months later. I mean, the order books opened at what? Beginning of November, if I remember right? Or middle November, somewhere in there. But something just doesn't seem right with Dodge doing that. They're trying to make as many as they can because they know it's going to be popular no matter what. And they open up the orders. However, they've now sold their 2,000. So now they're closing it down. It's like, you didn't have a number at first. Why are you changing it all of a sudden to do only 2,000? I thought you were going to make as many as you could, you know? So it just, something's not jiving with me on that thing, why they would be closing down orders. You would think if they're going to do production until the end of June, yet they're leaving open orders for dealer allocations. Like, wait a minute, isn't the whole point to sell it to people that want it? Let them order it and order it the way they want. Don't let dealers take it and mark it up like crazy. You know, do something, let people order it the way they want. Is that hard or is that bad for me thinking that? I mean, I'm really trying to figure out why they're doing that. It still boggles my mind. I don't know why they're doing that. So, yeah, it's just a crazy thought. So I won't keep repeating myself on that. It's still just, though, I can't help. I would think they would at least left their order books open until the end of March. Because if you think about it, that would then give them April, May, and June, 3 months to still build out those orders. And then they'll be fine. And then they can go into their 2022 models and all that good stuff. So why the heck are they closing the orders now? It just doesn't make sense to me. Dodge, if you're watching, which I highly doubt, but one of these days maybe you might look back on this. Why are you limited to 2,000? Build as many as you can. I mean, people that probably were going to order one already ordered one, but people that were on the fence thinking about it, it would have been nice to leave it open, because what if they all of a sudden decide, hey, you know what? I am going to go ahead and get one. Then you're screwed. So, Dodge, please, if you're listening, leave them open. Don't let dealers take what they want to make and then put options on that some people may or may not want and then mark it up. Leave order books open. If you're making a limited production model year of this vehicle, let people order it. You don't have to let dealers buy what they want. And if they do, they better be buying it from you direct. None of this markup. I still don't get how people can still, or dealers can do markup, and it's literally listed right in there. I had one at my local dealer here. They had the Charger Daytona Hellcat, which was obviously the Daytona was only a 392. They did the Hellcat version, and that thing sat there for almost a year. I went in there as soon as it came into the dealer's showroom, literally a year ago, probably this month, last January. They had just come out right at the end of December, January 2020. And it sat there. They had a $50,000 markup. I went to the dealer sales guy, the sales manager, and I said, hey, so do you want to sell that car? He goes, yes. He goes, what do you want to pay for it? And so I told him, I said, I'll pay you sticker, right? And I wasn't really going to buy it, but I was going to see if he was going to buy it on the sticker. So I said, I'll pay MSRP. It's on the sticker, and you have a deal. He goes, nah, no. And I was like, really? You're not taking guaranteed money right now for me to buy this? He goes, no. He goes, I know we're asking over 50, but the owner was offered 25,000 over sticker, and he still said no. He said no to 25 over sticker on that Hellcat Daytona Charger. I was like, are you kidding me? The owner said no to 25 over. And then sure enough, what happened? 6-8 months later, I went in for my oil change. That car was still sitting on the showroom floor. And guess what? The 50K markup was gone. It was now marked up to 20 over markup, or 20K markup over the MSRP. I posted a picture of it, I think, on my Instagram. And there were still no takers. And here I am in my head thinking, this dealer should have taken the 25K over sticker when he could have. And now he didn't. And now here he is still trying to sell it for 20 over, and nobody bid. Finally, I found out the other day, they did sell it about 2 months ago before Thanksgiving, and they sold it for 5,000 over sticker. A Charger Hellcat Daytona sold for 5,000 over sticker. It was number like 2 something. It was kind of a lowish number, and they finally sold it. They got it out of their showroom, and so that tells you how these people think of these dealer markups. There is someone that will eventually pay, but when you mark it up that much, dude, that's crazy talk. I have no idea why they would even do that. All right, guys. So anyway, but that's my talk on the Durango Hellcat. What do you guys think? I see we got 5 viewers in here now. So welcome all who just came in here. Say hi. Give me a shout. Give me a like if you can. I want to say hi to everyone that's in here. So yeah. So ask me any questions that you might have, and I'll answer on here. But what do you guys think? Here's the question. What do you think about a company like Dodge that is doing a limited production where they technically don't really have a number, but then they do, and then they close the order books because they hit that number? Isn't the point of them making the vehicle is not only for people to get it because it's a great car, but they also want to make money? I mean, wouldn't Dodge want to make some more money? I know they're going through this whole merger right now with Stellantis, or however the heck they're going to pronounce it. Since it's overseas, it's probably Stellantis or Tis or something, some weird way of pronouncing it. Sorry, I keep touching my face, guys. I kind of did a rough shave today. I'm a little itchy. I tend to do that a lot. I'm sorry. I keep touching my face a lot. You shouldn't be doing that in this pandemic. I know. But I wash my hands. What can I say? Not to mention, Uber, since I was doing Uber, sent me packages of sanitizing wipes. So I get a whole bunch of this stuff for free and sanitizer. So I have plenty of that around here. Anyway, but say hi. Is everyone still in here? Because no one's chatting away. It doesn't seem like anyone's talking. I'm just trying to see if I'm still talking. I got 5 people on there. Here's the picture right there of the Durango Hellcat. I can't pause that quick, but look at that. It's not a bad looking car, right? I just, for the money, okay, hey, Will, you're still there, good. For the money and that new front bumper, I can't justify that pricing on the Durango Hellcat. I can't. They mark it up way too much. So how about this for a question, Jared or anyone else that's watching? What do you think the starting price of the Durango Hellcat should have been compared to the SRT? Now the SRT Durango starts at 63,000, right? So what I'll do here, let me go over to the website here so you guys can see. All right. So here's the Durango. So here's the SRT, right? And it starts at 63. Here's the Hellcat. It starts at 81. Just by going off of those numbers, where is the $18,000 difference? Okay. Where is it? 70, yeah, 75. I'm kind of with you, Jared. I would say probably 75. I was thinking more of myself 72. It's just that, I mean, look at the price difference here. Just now, obviously, this is base model, right, of what I'm showing you here on the screen. SRT is 63, right? The Hellcat is 81. So that difference is $18,000. Now, if you were to go buy a crate motor from the Hemi Motor Shop, right? So like Hemi Motors, I know that's not the right thing on there, but you can look it up. Let's see here. Model Muscle Extreme, they sell Hemi crate engines. We'll go there and check them out. It's not, yeah, hey, Big Will. Hey, man, thanks for commenting on there. I mean, here, let's look at the, here we go, Hemi engines. Okay. So, did I just click the wrong one? Here we go. So, what's the one we want to look at? So, here's the 392 engine, right? 392 Hemi stroker engine based on, okay. Okay, something doesn't look right with these prices. This isn't exactly what I was looking for. Did I click something wrong? I must have. Because these are stroker engines. I must have clicked on something right. Let me Google this out here real quick. Here we go, shophemi.com. I think that's the one. Let's take a look at it. Okay, here we go. Mopar crate engines. Here we go. That's what we wanted to see. Okay, cool. So let's check that out. Here's the 5.7, right? That engine goes for $6,500, right? Here's the 6.4. That goes for $8,500. So if you guys want a 392 motor, it's only $8,500. Now I know I say that kind of weird like that, but it's $8,500. Okay. How much does a Hellcat motor cost? Does anybody know? Let's see here. Oh, where is the? Here it is. So this is weird, guys. So check this out right here. Let me see if I can zoom in on this a little for you guys. So here's the 6.2 Hellcat short block by Modern Muscle. Okay, now this is just a short block. Okay, so that's why it's only that price. So what we want is this one right here. Okay, so that being said, this motor is $15,000, right? Correct for the Hellcat motor crate engine. That's what I'm trying to compare here. Apples, apples. It's $15,000. Now the better deal, technically speaking, would be this one right here, which is the Hellcat Red Eye Hemi crate motor. So basically, instead of just your regular Hellcat motor, you get the Red Eye version, which gives you what? 707 to 790. So you get 90 more horse, and whatever the torque is on there, I can't think of it off the top of my head, for 21 grand. So the difference between the regular Hellcat motor and the Red Eye is $6,000, right? But that being said, let's just go off of the regular Hellcat because that's what the Durango is going to have, right? And I know it's 710 horsepower, but as you guys all know, the Hellcat Durango has the same engine as what the Charger and all that's going to have, what the Trackhawk has. Okay, so we're on the same page. That engine is $15,000. Okay, just that engine is $15,000. The normal price for a 392, which we just saw. Okay, now I know that this website does not have the 392. It has just a short block, so I'm not going to go off of that. Okay, but right here on this website, shophemi.com, which I've heard of quite a bit, that's a normal shop. It has the 6.4 392 at $8,500. So the difference in price, just so we're all on the same page here. So you got $15,000, right? And you're going to minus, what's the 392? 8,500. So minus 8,500. The difference is $6,500. So for them to upgrade the motor from the Durango SRT to the Durango SRT Hellcat motor is $6,500, right? If we're going off of the price of just the motor. Now, I know, Jared, you were talking about driveline, brakes, and fuel. I'll go over that in just a second. So give me 1 second on there. But I just want to make sure you guys can see the difference just between the motor, okay? That being said, we'll go over the easy stuff first. The brakes, for the most part, are the same. Now, I know the Hellcat has a little bit bigger brakes, but the Brumbos are still the same 6-piston Brumbos and this and that. So there's really no difference in the brakes, right? Can we agree on that? Or possibly agree that that's pretty close? Okay. I know there's going to be slight little differences, but I'm just trying to make sure that we're roughly about the same. Okay. So the brakes, I'm not too worried about. The fuel system, it's going to have a fairly different fuel system, obviously, because of the way it is with the supercharger and this and that. I get that. But how much is a fuel system going to cost you? It's not going to cost that much, right? I mean, come on. It can't be that much. So here, I'll go back to the main window. That way everyone can see your guys' chat as we're talking here on the replay. I don't see the fuel system costing more than a couple grand, let's say. And that's being generous. The transmission now, okay? So the Durango that I have, yeah, it comes with the HP 70, and the Durango Hellcat comes with the HP 95. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was the HP 90. Did I read something wrong on there? Let's take a look. Because on the website, you can still, yeah, it is HP 95. I wonder why I read 90 on there for some reason. Here, let me show you real quick. I just went on the Dodge website to check out that transmission. You're right. I don't know why all of a sudden I had it 90 in my head. But yeah, that's the powertrain. Okay. Well, so much for that, guys. I apologize. The HP 95 is $2,000 more than the HP 70. So, yeah. So if you figure what's the price of an HP 70 and what's the price of an HP 95, that's where you can kind of figure out the difference in price. Let's see here. HP. What is it? ZF, right? Let's see here. HP 70. Here you go. Car and driver, coastal tire spare. Okay. So, okay, Jared. So you said it's about 2,000 more. Okay, so we know that the motor is 6,500 more. The tranny is about 2,000 more. So we're at 8,500, right? You talked about the brakes. Like I said, there is a difference in the brakes, but to be honest with you, the brakes are probably the least of their problems as far as the cost, because those things are already Brembo brakes. It's already this. It's already going to do that. The only other thing I can think of is the differential is going to be different because it's got to handle more power. So let's say that differential in the rear is 1,000, and then let's say the front one, they could use the same front one that they use in the Durango, regular Durango SRT, just for the fact that it the front wheels never usually get more than 50%. So, but they have to handle it. So let's say 1,000 for each differential. Like I said, I'm trying to be generous right here. So that puts us at 10,500. Okay. And that covers the differentials, the transmission, the motor. What else are we missing up? The beefed up axles and drive shaft. Okay. I see the drive shaft. I can see the drive shaft. Okay. I got you on there. Oh, hey, Will, thanks for coming in and saying hi, bro. I know it's a little late. It's 11 o'clock, but I appreciate you coming in and saying hi. I wish more would have come in here and said whatever, but we're having a good discussion, which is what we want to have. We want to talk things out. So anyway, you have a good night, Dub, for the win. Have a good one, man. Let's see. Fueling probably 1 to 1.5, maybe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I said 1 to 2, and that was me being generous. I'm just going to say 1 for now. But the brakes, there's not going to be anything negligible on that. So let's keep that the same. The differentials, the transfer case is, from what I hear, is still the same 1-speed transfer case because that can handle tons and tons of torque, which is why they use it. So I'm going to leave the, you have to edit a long video. Yeah. Hey, try not to make it too long. The only time you want to do long videos, as I found out, is when you do live streams. So that's what you want to do. All right, well, have a good night, man. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. I appreciate it. So, but all right, Jared. So we're at roughly what, 10,500 right now, or 10,500. And what else is there? The axles, you said. I consider axles as part of the differential. That's just a given. So that's included in my cost of the 1,000 for the front and the rear. All right, Jared, if that makes sense to you. So I would say that. What else are we missing? I tried to figure out what exactly the difference on there. SRT fanboy. Then there's the new interior. Yes, there's the new interior. The question is, how much of a price increase would that be just because of the way they redesigned it? I don't know if that interior would make that big of a difference in the rest of the cost, you know, because everything else on the Durango is pretty much the same. I know they got the new front bumper. I know it's got this and that. It's got the extra oil lines, maybe the oil pump. Obviously, they had to increase the oil pumps. I don't know. Roughly speaking, with everything that we're talking about here, the Hellcat should only be roughly $12,000 more. Can we agree on that? Jared, what do you think? You seem to know it pretty well on there. It could be somewhere right around that age or that range. Let's see, SRT fanboy. I'd say 15,000. Yeah, see, so they're charging 18,000 for it. So I guess they are fairly close to what they could go on there, but I definitely think they're marking up a lot more of that stuff than what they're leading on. Because if you look at the Dodge website and the difference between the Scat Pack that comes with the 392 and then the Hellcat base models, the difference is crazy. It's like, why are they charging only that much more for the engine as opposed to the Durango? Like, what makes it so much weird, you know? So, see, they just know that people that want will pay for it. I agree. 10 to 13 would have been okay. 20K plus isn't reasonable. Yeah, I can agree with you on that. It's just that I don't know what Dodge is thinking when they put those prices on there. There needs to be some uniformity, okay? So how about we do this, Jared, if you're game to go down with this here. Let's go here. I'll switch the view here. If we look on their website, okay? And let's say which costs more, the Charger because it's bigger. So let's go with that, okay? Let's go ahead and build a Charger. Now, I want to show you something here just to kind of make the point. There's the Scat Pack and the Scat Pack wide body, okay? Now, the difference between these are the tires, okay? So since the Durango already comes with wide tires, which one would be the best to compare? Probably the wide body, just for the fact that it's going to be the same on the Hellcat, because there is no narrow Hellcat anymore. If you guys look here, you can't order a Hellcat in the regular body anymore. It's only the wide body. So we'll compare these two. So here we go. It's 46.5, and then the Hellcat is 72. So you know what? What's the difference in price on that? And don't hate me because I'm doing this, because I have no idea off the top of my head what it is. So the difference in price, 46, 56, 66. So the difference in price for basically the same car going from the 392 to the Hellcat is 25,600. Wow. So it's actually an even bigger markup on the Charger. I wonder why that is. Huh. That is actually interesting. Sorry, I'm just used to thinking like this. Sorry, this is how I go. So it's actually a bigger markup on the Charger to go from the 392 to the Hellcat. Wow, I didn't realize that. Okay, here it is, guys. I did the numbers right there. Okay, well, as you can see, I'm a little stunned on there. I didn't think it was going to be that much more, but I guess it is. Charger doesn't have the active suspension in the seat, and Scat only in this. Oh, okay. So it's a suspension. Okay, I got you on that. Wow. Yeah, I'm trying to think why there's such a huge difference on there. I wonder if the Challenger is the same. You know what? Let's check out the Challenger. I'm curious to see now what the markup is on that. Let's see. All right, I'm going to make sure it's 2021 because we want current years. There we go. So here we go. Here's a good difference, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to worry about the wide body and everything that adds on, okay? Because if you look at the regular Hellcat, it's 59. The wide body goes to 65, so it's $6,000 more. And if you look at the regular Scat Pack, is at 4,500, and this is at 45.9. It's roughly what? 5,500 more. Where this one's 6,000. So they're going to be the same. So let's compare. Here we go. Regular Scat Pack Challenger starts at 40,500. Okay. Then you go to the Hellcat version for 59,000. So the difference in that is what? 19,000? Because it's roughly 40,000 and 59,000. Yeah, it's 19,000 difference. So you know what? I guess, and the Durango, as we already calculated, is 18,000 more. So that does mean that I guess the price increase for the Durango SRT 392 to the Hellcat, that is 19,000 more for the Challenger, but only 18,000 more for the Durango. But the Charger is 25,000 more. I didn't realize that. That might actually be some news to people if you think about it. Jared, what do you think? What's the difference then between the Scat Pack Challenger and the Hellcat as far as that price difference? Because the active suspension is the same thing, right? That you just told me with the Charger, right? The Scat Challenger wouldn't have active suspension on it, but the Hellcat one would, obviously. So is that maybe the difference in price? I'm trying to think now that now the biggest discrepancy is when you go from a Charger Scat to a Charger Hellcat, you pay an extra 25 grand for that upgrade. But the Challenger, it's only 19, and the Durango, it's only 18. Yet the Durango has all-wheel drive. Huh. As you can see, guys, I'm a little stumbled on that. I'm surprised to see such a big price difference in that. I did not know that. Something to think about there. You want to know what the biggest thing is though here? Hey guys, people were asking about the difference between the RT and the Scat Pack. And I got to sneeze here just a second. Actually, no, I don't have to sneeze. If I do, I'll mute the mic so you guys don't have to hear it. Deb, the SRT, a Hellcat is an SRT. Okay, so SRT is just basically it's the performance line. Okay, so like for instance, this RT Scat Pack right here, that is not technically an SRT anymore, although it used to be an SRT 392 back in the day. And then the Hellcat is an SRT, but it's just a Hellcat. So the difference is what type of motor it has. So like for instance, my Durango is it's a Durango SRT, but it's a 392. All right, so it's just called Durango SRT. Whereas the Hellcat one is Durango SRT Hellcat. You need to make sure now it's a different trim, so it has to be differentiated. So, hey, Big Will, you ordered the SRT Durango. Awesome, dude. You're gonna be plenty happy with that, Will. Big Will, sorry. There's nothing wrong with I have come to love my Durango SRT a lot more than I thought I would. I knew I would love it, but I didn't think I'd love it as much as I would have. You know, it's fun to drive. It's the best daily driver to have. Just enough power for you to get in trouble, but not enough to where you can go overboard and wreck it. So it's that very, very, it's nice to have almost 500 horsepower on tap. Let's put it that way. So let's see, Jared. I'm signing off. Got to be up early with the kids. I'll catch you on the next one. That's okay. Everyone, when they do the Maddie thing on there, it always does Marty. So I appreciate you coming on, Jared, and saying hi. I'm glad we could talk a little bit more like this as opposed to commenting on the Facebook pages. But yeah, man, isn't that weird? Huh, Jared? That is like that? That price difference is kind of astonishing, to be honest with you. I did not realize it was that much of a difference. So anyway, yes, Deb. Okay. So anyway, let's see here, guys. What can we do? Anyway, I'm just surprised at that difference on there. I think the real big difference in price that you guys really probably should realize too is that the fact that the difference between the RT and the 392. So basically the engine difference between the 5.7 and the 6.4, how much of a difference there is between the Charger Challengers and the Durango. It's actually very surprising to see that. And what I mean by that is just like what we did here with the Hellcat and the 392. Check this out, okay? So here's your RT. Your base price is $35. And then here's the RT Scat Pack, which is the 392. That is at $40,500, right? So it's $5,000. So it's $5,500 more to go from the 5.7 to the 6.4. Keep that number in mind. $5,500, right? Okay. Now we go over to the Charger. Okay. We're gonna go 2021. Okay. So here's the RT Charger. It's at 37,000. Remember the Challenger was 35, so it's 2,000 more for the Charger because obviously it's a slightly bigger car, right? And then here's the Scat Pack, which is the 392 version, as we all know. Okay. Now this does come in regular narrow body. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know we're doing this apples to apples here. It's at 41,100. So the difference between this 5.7 and this 6.4 is what? So it's $4,100. So it's only $4,100 more for the 6.4 engine in a Charger than a Challenger. What's the difference? It's the car. I have no idea why it's cheaper to get the Scat Pack and the Charger, but if you guys are wanting to get a 392 motor in a vehicle and you're not sure whether to go 2-door or 4-door, go with the Charger. The Charger technically costs more base, but you also get the 392 motor for roughly the same price. That's what you guys want to do. Okay? But anyway, so 4,100 and 5,500, right, for the 6.4. So here you go. Here's going to be the ultimate test. We're now going to go to the Durango. Okay? We're going to do our build and price. There we go. We're doing 2021. Okay, here we go. So we're going to compare the RT, which we've been doing like with the Charger and Challenger RT. And then here's the SRT. Starting price is $45,300. The SRT, like I said, this is the 5.7 liter, right? Here is the 6.4 liter. 45,363. 63. What's the difference in price, you say? $18,000. 18. So you go from an RT to an SRT, you're paying $18,000 just for that. However, there is a reason kind of behind this, and I'll show you why. The Durango SRT is all-wheel drive, right? It has to be. That's the only way it comes. The RT here is not. So if I put that to all-wheel drive, there you go. The price increases. So to make it a little more fair, the RT now is at $48,000. I'm going to round it up, okay? $48,000 to $63,000. So that's what? $15,000 more. $15,000 more for the motor swap out. All-wheel drive is the same, okay? The brakes on the Charger, the brakes on the Challenger, they all get upgraded to Brumbos, right? They all have the extra stuff on there for, you know, the sport, the steering wheel, all that good stuff, right? Because it's the motor. So let's see here. But you're paying, here comes my sneeze, guys. Okay, I get. There it is. Finally, I got the sneeze out. Get my little tissue right there. All right, so there's a $15,000 difference there now between the RT and the SRT. And like I was just saying, Charger and Challenger have the same upgrades, okay? The SRT, what the heck? Why is it that much more for the Durango? For all you're doing is a motor swap, the tranny swap, which happens in the Charger and the Challenger anyway, okay? Why is there such a big markup from the 392 Durango, or I'm sorry, from the RT Durango to the SRT, right? The starting price for the SRT Durango should have been roughly, if you go off what the Charger and the Challengers were, they were 55, let's say 6,000, right? So let's say that the RT is at 48. The starting price for the Durango should have been, let's say 55. Okay? That is where it should have been on the Durango SRT. Those things would have sold a lot better. But that's my opinion. Not much else I can say on that, really. But I just thought I'd show you guys that price difference on there. That is what happens. You agree? Yeah, it should have been. Yeah, sorry, chat was lagging there. Should have been 55 to start. Yeah, I agree with you, fanboy. That does definitely make sense on there. So that would have definitely been a lot better if they had done that. So, wow. Anyway, guys, enough of that. But as far as you guys can see what the difference in the price of the motor is to the Hellcat versions, it's just something doesn't seem right there, you know? It just kind of boggles the mind a little bit when you see that happen, you know? You never want to see things like that are just marked up because of. So definitely the SRT Durango is already a little overpriced. That's why if you can get a better deal on them, knock down that price. If you can get 5,000 off, then you definitely get more into territory that you should be in, you know? Anyway, Let me go back here to the main screen so that way you guys don't have to see all my little website stuff on there. So, okay, I know I say so a lot. My bad. I apologize for that. That's my fault. Anyway, whoever's left in here, I see you guys are leaving. It's about 11:30. I'm about ready to call this a wrap. I've already been on for about an hour, so that's about what I wanted to stay on here for, just so I can talk to you guys. I appreciate all that did come in here to say hi on there, and I do say thank you to everyone that is watching this back on replay. I'll probably, of course, have to edit the beginning a little bit, but I did start off just the way I wanted. Everything seems to be working great with my streaming software, guys. So if you have watched my prior streams when I first was testing and starting out compared to now, I think you guys might have to agree with me that maybe tonight went a lot smoother than other nights. I've got my camera settings pretty good to where you can see me closer and you don't have the big old room. I got the chat on the screen here, as you can kind of see. So that way you can see people interact. That way people in the replay can kind of see when the chats came in, and you know what I'm talking about when I am asking somebody something. It's not just dead air, which has happened here a couple times. You kind of go off of your subject sometimes, and things happen. That's just how it happens to go about. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys what I thought about the Durango Hellcat. I'm kind of glad I didn't order one. The reason being, I don't have the money to do it, although I could make it work with payments. I just didn't want to have to worry about it. I've been doing just great with my 392 Durango, and I'm going to stick with that. And that front bumper is, to me, I don't know. Every time I bring it up, I still cannot get over that bumper. And it's just, it bugs me. And here it is. I just still cannot figure out for the life of me how that looks better than the current one. Now, from the side view, that does look pretty sweet, I have to admit. Those wheels, if it were all black, okay. But I have to admit that the way that those front fascia is, the headlights are great. I don't know why they did these little things right here. And here, I'll make it bigger so you guys can kind of see as I'm talking about it. Oops. I went a little too far on that. My bad. Oh, now the Dodge website's trying to be a little. There it goes. But see these little things right here? I have no idea why Dodge redesigned that front grille to be like that. No clue why. So this front opening, that's okay. It looks like they made it a little bigger. I wish it was a little smaller, but it's fine. But these right here, the Boomerang Fog Lights. That's what I call them. The Boomerang Fog Lights. I have no idea why they went with that design. It just looks, I don't know. I don't know what that was supposed to do or say or what it meant, but yeah. Yeah, Boomerang Fog Lights. That is correct. I have no idea why they did that. Anyway, the interior is great though. The headlights are great, but that front grille here and those Boomerang Fog Lights are not. They're just not me. I couldn't drive something that I didn't think at least looked decent or good. So anyway, guys, that'll do it about here. I got 3 of you in here. Thanks for guys chatting, saying hi, and seeing what's going on. I appreciate it. Let's see. It's been on for over an hour. What exactly are you trying to say? Yeah, I'm going to end on those fog lights. That's why. Hey, Big Will. Thank you, dude. Thanks for the subscribe, man. Like I said, I'm getting more and more. I just hit 1,000. I'm stoked. And I'm happy. You'll see at the beginning of the video, I was just like totally stoked. But I want to do interaction with my subs. So that's why I'm doing this. Once I get my Durango with its graphics wrap on, I will be releasing more regular videos. I've been doing these live streams to kind of fill the void until that's done. So I've been kind of waiting, which is why you haven't seen much regular uploaded content. It's just the streams right now. But just so you kind of know what's going on, I appreciate it. But interaction, man, that's what this channel is all about. So I'm glad you came in to say hi. Let us know. I'm glad you got your SRT Durango ordered. Once you get that in, man, let me know. I'd love to see some pictures of it and put it on the channel real quick. Talk about it. See what you like about it. All the good stuff, man. So I'm glad you came in here and talked about it. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream from here. I just thought I would bring up the 2020 SRT Durango up here on the screen. Look at that front end of that Durango, okay? And then look at the other front end of the new Durango, okay? Doesn't that looks pretty good and aggressive, right? It's not a bad looking vehicle. But then once you get to the 2021, it's kind of like, here you go, same color, just with the new front end. It does have a different look, don't get me wrong. I just don't see the difference on there. So anyway. All right, Big Will. Hey, real quick, before you go, Big Will, you said you ordered one. Did you get a 2020 leftover or did you get a new 2021? I'm kind of curious now to see which one you ended up going for. My guess is it's probably a 21, especially if you just ordered it right now. $2021? Okay. So this is the one you got. What color did you get? If you don't mind me asking on that. Did you get everyone's going with like Destroyer Gray or what's the other one? The Reactor Blue. You went black? So here, let me click on black. So you went with this bad boy right here, right? Yeah, there you go. So that's what you got right here, buddy. You got the 392 SRT Durango all black. Yeah, look at that puppy, man. That thing's going to be nice and shiny, huh? So that'd be great, man. Did they say when they're going to get it in? Oh, you got your challenge. Oh, you got a Match Challenger. Okay, that's cool. That is cool, man. So you'll definitely you'll be happy with that, man. You can't go wrong. That thing definitely looks sick on there. Do you know by chance which wheels you got? Did you get any of the stripes or did you get any of the wheels? You get it at the end. Oh man, you're gonna have to wait a whole month. Wow, you gotta wait that long. That sucks. Jeez, man, I couldn't wait too long for a new vehicle. Yeah, end of February, exactly what I said. So no aftermarket guy. Okay, you're gonna do aftermarket stripes. Okay, cool, man. Do you know which wheels you went? Did you go with those? These are the Hyper Blacks, and then they got the lights out aluminum. Let me see. What's the difference in those wheels? See, those are the newer wheels, and you know what? Those aren't too bad. I mean, I could live with those if I ever had them. But I'm sorry, these are the only two wheel options you got. It's like, oh, what are you supposed to do with those, you know? You got the 5-spoke, and then you got these Hyper lights out aluminum. Wow. You'll like it, man, but look at that. Doesn't that look mean, guys? Everyone else that's looking on here? The black Durango. Can't go wrong with that, man. Look at that. That thing looks sleek. Oh, you're going to go with 22s anyway, so it really doesn't matter which wheels you got on it. You're going to swap them out. But yeah, man, there you go. There is your Durango, man. That's what you're going to get right there. That looks pretty sick to me. I definitely think you'll be happy with it, man. You can't go wrong with that. I can never be unhappy with the Durango, okay? Like I said, I can disagree with the way the bumper looks. Now, with the black, now that I'm looking at it a little bigger, the black is actually not too bad because the black kind of hides that fog light boomerang, as I call it, or the boomerang fog light. So you don't really notice it as well. You'll notice the headlights more. Yeah, it's like, you know what? Hey, good one, Deb. There you go, Bill, Big Will. It's the Batmobile SUV style. That's right, man. You can put a little Batman logo right there on the hood. Once I get mine wrapped, I'll have some black on there too with my logo, so it'll look pretty neat on there. But anyway, that'll be pretty sweet. Yeah, right, Bill? The Batmobile in black. That does look good, man. You definitely need to get it ceramic coated. So All right. Sorry to drag that on. I know you're trying to go, and I was trying to keep you. I'm happy to hear when people get a new Durango and I got a new sub. So I apologize for keeping you on there. I'll let you go, man. All right, guys. So we'll call it a night. I'm gonna go ahead and log off here, and we'll go from there. And if any news come out here a little later during this weekend or next week, I'll get on and do another live stream so we can all chat and say what's going on. But I appreciate you guys coming in, saying hi. Thank you, Deb, Big Will. W for the win was in earlier. I appreciate him. Jared was in here earlier. I appreciate him. We also had SRT Fanboy. And then my alt ego, Matt, over there talking as well. I appreciate you for your comments. So I'll let you guys go. I'll go back to my main screen. That way, yeah, you guys can see me and the end of the chat. So that way people don't think I'm talking to nobody on here. So I like this little feature here where you can see right on the below part right there, everyone that's chatting. So it's good to see that when people are chatting. Hey, Patrick, what's going on, brother? You just come in. I'm about to just get off just a little bit here. Yeah, I started at just about 10:20. But good to see you come in and saying hi, Patrick. I'm really happy to see you come in, man. I really do appreciate that very much. So, let's see. Is there anything else I was going to tell you guys? There was something else I feel like I was going to tell you here, but I don't think so. I got my headset working good. This is hooked up directly. I hope you guys can tell the audio is a lot better. What I'll probably end up doing in the future is getting some background music, so that way it's not just my voice there plain and simple. So that way you guys can see what's going on there, you know. But anyway, I think we'll call it here. I was just looking at this last little thing to see if there was something going on. If you guys haven't already, give a sub and a like. Just, you know, it's not going to be that many people I know, but hey, likes help. Everything helps, man. So anything you can do would be greatly appreciated. So can check in on that next one. Yeah, hey, no problem, Patrick. It's hard, I know, for a lot of people getting on late as I do. I work at 10, so I set this up so that way I can do this real quick for a little bit because obviously with most things closed down right now, there's not much work going on, so I'm lucky to be where I'm at. And I can take this time to do this because I have another 7.5 hours to do like 3 things and then also do some walking, get some exercise in. So that's why I do these things on there. But I appreciate you still coming in, though, Patrick, and saying hi. I appreciate it. Him and Big Will, everybody. You guys have all been great. So I can't complain with you guys coming in saying hi. I know it's little right now. All my new subs are probably still not used to me getting on at this time as well, saying hi. So I know there's a discrepancy there. But as we grow more and more and people like what I do, it'll start snowballing more and more. I'll start adding on. Before I know it, I'll be at 1,100 subs, 1,200, and then bam, before I know it, summer, I might even be at 2,000. So once we get more people in here like Racer X does and we start talking like he does here, we'll have 100 people watching at once. We'll be more interactive, which will get more people in to even be more interactive as well. So I'm planning on still doing a giveaway. I was going to do one at 500, but since we blew past the 500, and then we also hit 1,000, it was just like, whoa, within a week. I wasn't even expecting that. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to do a giveaway to my subscribers, and I'll do a YouTube live on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm still going to be a man of my word. I'm going to give out a $50 Amazon gift card. I know it's not too much, but hey, $50 is $50. I might even do it a little more. We'll see. I'm going to give it out to one of my subscribers, and we'll do a live stream with everyone that comes in. I'll write down their name, and we'll do the drawing right there. So only subscribers that get my notifications that I'm live will be able to work. Last time, people just saw a giveaway, and they would sub and not even really care about my content. They just wanted to enter into the giveaway. That's all they cared about. So that is not what I want. I want true subscribers that actually watch me and stuff to win. So, and Deb won last time. She obviously, you can tell, is chatting a lot. So anyway, sorry guys. I'm about to sneeze. It is windy outside. We got a new front coming in. We're supposed to get some rain here in the Palm Springs area. So I breathed in some of that dust earlier when I was out driving to work, and it's starting to make my thing. I don't have COVID. I'm good. And don't worry, you keep wondering about me wiping my face. I did a rough shave tonight, and it's a little itchy. I put some coconut oil on there and it's still itchy. But don't worry, I got my sanitizing wipes here. I got my whatchamacallit, the sanitizer right here as well. So I'm good to go. Don't worry about me. I'm not sick. I'm good to go. I want to wipe everything down. I sneezed, so I'm going to clean this, wash my hands. Everything's going to get clean. So don't you worry about me. I'm good. I don't have COVID. I'm still here. I'm doing great. All right, guys. So anyway, let's see. Give a full tank of gas. 50-60 should fill an SRT. The gas prices have just gone up, and I can't prove this, but of course, Biden took office, and now he canceled the pipeline, and gas just went up 6 cents a gallon. It was at 309, and now it's at 315 at Costco. So there's really no reason for gas prices to go up right now. There's no specific holiday coming up. So I don't know why they went up, but they went up. I wonder why. Anyway, that's just my opinion. $65 would do a full tank. Unless you have a quarter tank or only a quarter tank left, then it would be 50-60 bucks. So it just depends on what thing on there. 330 in Costco. Wow, that's a lot. So, okay, guys. I keep dragging this on more and more. I don't want to do that to you guys who all is watching, but hey, when you guys are interactive, as long as we keep talking, I don't mind keeping the stream on and talking to you guys. So if that's what we end up doing, that's what we do, right? We'll talk, be interactive, say, hey, what's up? What's going on? Let's take a look. Costco in Palm Desert is $313, and Costco in La Quinta is a bit more. Wow. And then the Las Palmas went up to $363. Wow. Gas is really, really starting to go up now. Jeez. Wow. Didn't realize it was that much. Well, I only have a half tank right now. Maybe I should go fill up now. Although my car is going to be in the shop for half the week next week as it gets wrapped. But, I don't know. Yes, premium. I only look at the premium prices because that's the only gas I get for my SRT. So I have to get premium on there. That's just how it works. I put 87 in once and it ran, but it definitely pulled timing and you can hear a difference in the sound and you can hear a difference in the timing. So I immediately went and put some high octane, 100 octane gas in to make the difference up. So, because at one point I had read the manuals thinking that they recommend you do 91, but that you could run 87. And I totally read it wrong. You know, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But yeah, it didn't hurt the motor or nothing. It can run with it. Like I said, if you run with it all the time and you try and do performance stuff with it, you could start ruining it. But I wasn't that hard, but I noticed right away there was a difference in power once I put the 87 in. So I definitely went to Sunoco, where they sell over here. There's only one place that sells it. They sell 100 octane gas, but it's $10 a gallon. $10 a gallon. Yeah. So I now have Boostane, which, by the way, I haven't used it all yet, but I'm going to see if I can talk to Boostane, see if I can become a sponsor of theirs and get some of that stuff for free and get you guys a discount code if you buy it as well. Because Boostane, it and Lucas Oil, there's only a couple of Boostane additives that I would probably recommend, you know, and Boostane is one of them because their price is pretty decent and their product does work. And I'm not the only one to say that. There's a Forza Tuning and Performance. If you guys watch their channel, he highly recommends it as well. He uses it for his stuff. They have proven it that it works. Demonology uses it when he needs an octane boost. So they're definitely in the market. They definitely know what they're doing. They definitely have a product that works. So if you guys are looking for Boostane additives to get you some more octane, highly recommend the Boostane. Depending on what size you get, you can get good deals. Obviously, if you buy their big stuff or higher quantities, you get a better deal. But I buy the 32-ounce cans, and they work just fine. You're looking at, it's about $1 an ounce if you think about it. And with the Durango at 24 gallons, you only need to use 4 ounces to get it up to about 94.5 octane. Now, that's more than what you probably need, but there is a wideband sensor in these SRTs, just like the Hellcats have a wideband sensor, where it can add or reduce timing or retard the timing, as it's called. And it's just an insurance policy. So if you do go to Costco and put in 91, but when they put gas in, the guy had a lot of 87 left over, and it actually costs more money for them to take it back than it does to just put it in the tank. They'll drop 87 in the 91 tank and hope people don't notice. So it happens. And Forza actually ran into that in some other places as well. So Boostane is always there to help. So if I put 94, 95, just in case it was 89 octane and not 91, that will boost it up those points to make everything safe. But that's just my view on it, so you guys can have an idea of what I meant. Hey, we got 6 people back in here, so as long as people keep coming in, I'll just stay on and talk to you guys. So much for ending it. But yeah, hey Patrick, let's see, 94 or 91, or a 93 with an asterisk. So depending on where you're at is depending on what you get. California, where I'm at, I only have 91. That's all I can put it. Well, obviously I could get 87 or 89, but with my SRT, I have to have 91. So that is what I put in. If I had 93 as an option, I would get 93 because the price per gallon difference between that is very negligible. But with Boostane, the amount of Boostane that you would need to make 91 into 93 is not that much. So the price difference is like 10 cents a gallon more, which is what it would roughly be if you bought it at the pump, 10 cents more. So that's where I'm going to be, that's where I'm going with that. Okay. So yeah, that went from a kind of weird thing there for the Boostane, but I'm going to work with them, try and get some Boostane sponsored. I can use a lot more of their stuff. The only thing I need to watch out for is they say that their formula they have does not make your fuel injectors orange, because a lot of additives do that, and it doesn't gum up anything. So we'll see as the time comes. Maybe I'll do a quick check after a year of using it a little more and more and see if it does anything different on there. So I'd rather have more octane than not enough. You know what I mean? If the car can take it and it knows it can adjust for it, I'd rather have that. And Costco, I just have no idea sometimes where they get their fuel from. I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. So if I do that, but anyway, all right, guys. So that's all right, Deb. Geez, I'll end it. I got 7 people in here right now. I'm trying to be nice. I don't want to end it if people are coming in and saying, "Hey, what's going on?" So don't hate on me. Don't hate on me. Anyway, but what do you guys use? It depends. I mean, Patrick, what type of car you drive, man? And what type of fuel do you use, or where are you from? You give me a quick answer on that one there. All right, now we're down to 6 or 7. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had the Dodge website on there. They were coming up with different news that was just happening right now. I was trying to see what was going on. They have some type of Ram truck in disguise, and they also have the Jeep Wagoneer that they just showed. Supposedly, they have the new version of the Limited out testing. So I was looking at that just right now. Here, I'll show you guys real quick what I'm looking at. Check this out. So I'm trying to figure out why, on this article, why they have this camouflage on when they just already came out with the Jeep Cherokee 3-row version. Okay. But I guess since this is the Wagoneer version, which they already released the Wagoneer, but they showed the high-end model. They showed the Grand Wagoneer, right? So I guess this is just the regular Wagoneer. So they still need to camouflage it because it's supposed to look different. That doesn't make sense to me. So there's the original Wagoneer right there. Check that sucker out. But here's the photos they got of it. Yeah, see, it looks just like the regular Wagoneer. Heck, the way those taillights are, that looks just like the new Jeep Cherokee they announced last week. The Jeep Cherokee L that I did a video on. It's got those same headlights on the side there. It just looks a little bit bigger, obviously. So I wonder what the difference is going to be between the regular Wagoneer and the Jeep Grand Cherokee L. I'd be really surprised if those two are technically not the same vehicle. Very, very interesting, though, to see that. Anyway, I guess there you go. Look at the back end. What the heck? Look at those taillights. If you didn't know any better, that almost has a Dodge Durango look, doesn't it? The way those taillights are. Wow. Interesting, guys. Interesting. Well, I might have to do a separate video on that as they get more and more info on this here. So I'm going to leave that out. We'll say that for another time. Hey, Patrick, let's see. You have an AC Cobra. Nice. And a 19 Challenger Scat. You run 91 premium on both, but have to watch what I put in the Cobra. Let's see here. In Wisconsin. Okay. Yeah, the 91 obviously in the Scat is a 392 motor, just like my Durango. So yeah, you got to do 91. Definitely don't try the 87 like I did. I didn't hurt the motor, but it definitely is a noticeable difference. Don't do it. If you have to do it, you have to do it. It works. But yeah, the Cobra, the way those Cobras are, man, depending on which engine you have, yeah, you need to really watch. So you probably need to definitely put 93 in, and you would probably benefit from Boostane as well, just to make sure that nothing happens to that as well, because you don't want that car getting less octane than what it should be, right? So I appreciate that, Patrick, for answering me that. Yeah, I see it in your profile picture a little bit there. Looks like a red Cobra. Is that right? Yeah, looks red. I'm looking this way, guys, because this is my monitor right here. I can see myself and you guys chatting. So I have to remember to look at the camera. All right, Deb, good night, and you have a good one. I will go ahead and end this for sure. I'll keep the Wagoneer stuff for later. And I got 5 people in here. I appreciate you 5 all coming in. If you wanted to say hi, don't forget, give me a like and a subscribe. I appreciate that very much, you guys. It always helps with the likes. I see we got 8 likes right now, so that's great. That means everyone that came in here earlier and this and that, they gave me a like. You guys are awesome. You didn't have to do it, but you did, and I really do appreciate that. So we'll see you guys again here. It definitely looks like I got 9 likes now. Oh, wow, there we go, 9. That's awesome. I appreciate it, guys. You're very, very good. Okay, so Patrick, you were the last one in. So thank you for coming in and at least spending, 10 minutes with me, 15 minutes? Sorry you weren't in here earlier, man. We had a good little chat about the pricing of the Hellcat versus the 392 and the Durango, Challenger, and Charger. And then we did the RT to the 392, the difference in pricing. It's crazy. I learned something new, that they overcharge. Well, not that they overcharge, but they charge more for you to go from, say, the Charger 392 to the Charger Hellcat version. They charge 25 grand more for you to do that, whereas the Challenger going from the 392 to the Hellcat was only 19,000 more, and the Durango it's 18,000 more. So that was something new to me. I kind of blew my mind. You'll see it if you watch the video later. I completely got my mind blown. They charge a lot more for the Charger Hellcat as far as a markup, I guess, than they do the Challenger or the Durango. It's kind of freaking weird why they even would do that, but they do. So keep that in mind, guys. But however, it is cheaper to go from the RT 5.7 liter to the 6.4 Scat. It's only 4,100. So it's less to go to that, but more on the Hellcat. So maybe that's why they make up the price difference. Yeah, exactly, Patrick. We did it here earlier. I went on the Dodge website and I went off, what the starting price is for each model. Okay, and the Challenger 392. I'm sorry, the regular Challenger 5.7 RT, 35 grand. And then the 392 version is 41 grand. I'm just going to round it. So it's about 6 grand difference, okay? The Charger is 37 grand for the RT, and then it was only 41.5 for the 392. So it was only like $4,100 difference. But once you go from the 392 to the Hellcat, that's where the Charger got a $25,000 increase. But the Challenger only had 19,000 more. And the Durango, from the SRT Durango to the Hellcat Durango, was only 18,000. So yeah, go figure, man. Isn't that kind of weird? I didn't think about that as well. It seems so weird that happened, but it did. So it is what it is, man. All right, guys. So you guys have a great night. I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you guys all in here. Patrick, you're awesome, dude. Thank you for coming in, saying hi, and giving me some info there. Deb, you're probably already off. See you later. And we'll catch you guys on the next one here. So Other than that, Matty SRT out. Until the next time, guys. So see you later.